What's up, guys? Welcome back to the NolanBuilt shop, and today we are going to be doing the 2024 shop tour. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put a disclaimer out there. The shop is not in tip-top shape. Everything's not clean. Everything's not the way I want it to be. But I was supposed to do this tour last year, or maybe even the year before. It's been that long. And so I wanted to come in and give you guys a tour on what has changed from the last shop tour to now, and even what is going to be changing in the near future. All right, so we're going to start the same way we did the last shop tour, which was, I still don't know when that was. I think it was 2021, maybe 2022, and it's now 2024. But we're going to start right here at the front door, and then we're going to make our way around and show you the shop and tell you about how things have changed and maybe some things of how I want it to change even more. All right, let's start off with an overview of the shop. So starting from the front door, we're gonna pan right. All right, so first we're gonna start off with a quick pan all the way around the shop so you can know the order in which we are going to go. So only a small amount has changed right here. The joiner is still in this exact spot. And then I added this Harvey 3 horsepower shaper to the shop, I believe sometime last year. And this is part of my process for doing my raised panel doors. So this one has a dedicated bit in here to doing raised panel doors. I believe this is a 3.5 inch and does it so easily now. And it's a really nice add to the shop. Along with this shaper, I added a DIY router table, which is basically just a DeWalt 2.5 horsepower router to do my other parts of the cabinet door, so the tongue and groove portions of it. And I have another router as well that I use for doing all my doors, so I don't have to change any router bits in the process. So there's 3 routers for doing all my doors, and this is the setup that I do. Of course, in this corner, nothing has really changed much. I did pull the dust collector out of the corner, and I moved the radial arm star back in the corner because I don't use it. It's not really mine, and I needed to be able to get to my dust collector a lot easier when I was milling and planing. Now that I think about it, this planer wasn't here on the last shop tour. I still do have my old planer, the 12-inch DeWalt or 13-inch DeWalt, but this is a 20-inch Grizzly, and it was actually given to me because it didn't work when it was given to me, and if I could fix it, then it was mine. So after probably about 7 or 8 months of just having it in the shop, I finally figured out what was wrong with it, got it fixed, and now it is working pretty good. All right, from this point on, this is where things really get interesting because there's a lot of new stuff from this point on throughout the rest of the shop that was not here on the last shop tour and that I talked about during the last shop tour that just, they were things that I wanted to do and that I wanted to have. And now I have them. So let's talk about the things that are behind me. So starting off with this gem here. So last year I got this Safetyspeed 72 GP automatic edge bander, and this guy has been a dream to work with, especially for, I mean, well, not especially, but doing edge banding with this versus doing it by hand has been a game changer. Hands down, one of the best things to happen to the shop is having this guy here. So with this guy comes a lot of parts. So I built 2 parts carts, which is sitting directly behind here. This is where they kind of live at, and to be honest with you, they 90% of the time these parts carts are holding scraps or parts that I have, messed up or did something wrong to or whatever. And I really need to go through here and just get rid of all of this. But as a woodworker, I always say I can use it one day. So not much has changed here. The lumber rack has been there the same. The bandsaw still sitting in the same spot, I believe. And but I do want to change some things here. I want to get rid of the lumber rack because all that lumber is just leftovers that once again, I think I can use one day, and I never do. I end up just piling more and more stuff on it after each job. So I want to get rid of that and possibly get some plywood racking, like some big pallet racking to put plywood on to be able to feed this guy. This is definitely, hands down, the biggest upgrade in the shop. If you've been following me for any time now, you've already seen multiple videos on this on the YouTube channel and on Instagram and on Facebook. So, but as far as shop tours go, this was not here on the last shop tour. This was only an empty space that was supposed to be the paint booth. All right, whew, a lot of breath. Literally just got a order in from Worth for some plywood and some MDF. So, but anywho, back on to the CNC. This is a 5 foot by 10 foot automatic tool changer Phantom CNC. I got this not long after the last shop tour, and this has been the biggest game changer in my shop because now, as you can see, I pump out cabinetry very quickly, very easily, very accurately. And so this CNC here and the edge bander and the parts carts, they all work together. It's a really nice, smooth, harmonious system to be able to roll this sheet of plywood down onto the bed, turn it over, line it up, turn the vacuums on, start cutting, and just be able to cut out all these parts in a matter of minutes, and then go to the edge bander and be able to edge band all those parts in a matter of minutes, and then we're on to assembly. So I will be getting to this pile here shortly, probably today or tomorrow, we'll see. All right, and this is probably the latest addition to the shop, and it's a little bit of a mess right now, but I finally got the paint booth. The paint booth that was supposed to be right there ended up right here, and what used to be here was the big green Taylor clamp carrier system, and I got rid of that, and I got rid of the 50-inch drum sander. Basically, I did this because I was tired of covering up the CNC and all the other equipment with plastic in order to be able to paint something. So basically the paint booth is 12 foot deep and 10 feet across, and we have a basically plastic barrier here with the magnetic catch to be able to go inside there to be able to paint and go in and out as needed. I'm gonna bring you in a little bit closer and show you everything in here. It's a little bit of a mess, don't judge me. And this is, for the most part, what the booth looks like. I have hooks on the walls for the cord management and hanging the guns. I have another hook there and there for the same reason. And then I have all my shelves with all of my paint and glue and other things that I store in here. I also have my old tool chest in here, which I have in here, and then my spray twirly and other paint accessories in the booth. And in my paint booth, I'm running a Fuji Q5 Platinum HVOP system. And then for my exhaust, I have this 12-inch explosion-proof Vivo exhaust fan. And basically I built a box around it to accept a 20 by 20 filter. Something easy that I can just go and pick up from Home Depot and basically be able to run the orange hose out the door and be able to filter out all of the paint fumes and the overspray. So that brings me to this area, which is now the Mitersaw Station. During the last shop tour, none of these cabinets were built. These were the initial practice cabinets that I built on the CNC using a program called Mosaic. And the old Mitersaw Station used to be over on the other side of the shop. And now that I think about it, this Mitersaw Station actually, before it ended up here from over there, it went into this back corner, and it was there before I decided to build the paint booth. And so I think I had this back here. I think I still had the wide belt drum sander in the middle and a number of other things. But yeah, so This is here now, and if you can see these cabinets, these used to be over by the dust collector, and now they're here. And what I want to do is I want to build another 8 foot of cabinet sections here all the way to here, take the clamp rack down and get more storage, because I have a lot of tool bags and tools that I do on job site type stuff with small jobs, and they don't have a home, and I have a number of other things that don't have a home in my shop. So this year I do want to work on more organization. I think I said that the last shop tour as well, and yeah, it still has. Now we're back full circle. This little area here is like always been the temporary area, mostly because it's the door, it goes in and out, and I need to be able to move stuff in and out as needed. So the Husky adjustable height table is still here on wheels. The 13-inch DeWalt planer still here on wheels. And these cabinets here, I want to say they're temporary, but temporary in my terms might be a couple of years temporary. But these were some more practice cabinets that I made as I was working on making some RTA style cabinets for my website to be able to offer to customers who may not necessarily want the full out custom prices. So I made these boxes out of 4 foot by 10 foot sheet of maple, and then a 5 foot by 9 foot sheet of melamine, to be able to see how big of a cabinet I can get out of one sheet, to be able to reduce the price on like some RTA style cabinets. So that's what these were for. I never really finished them with doors or anything. I just needed to know that I could cut out that size cabinet on that sheet. So, and then last but not least, the center of the workshop. Nothing's really changed here except for maybe a changed out top. I think I used to have the dog holes in the melamine top before. I got rid of that one, put on a new one, and since then I have torn this one all to pieces as well. It's probably time for another one as well. But this is another thing that I wanted to change last time, and I still want to change. I want to change this workbench out to actual like a storage type deal. So basically the way the Mitersaw Station is built out with all the drawers, it's kind of what I want to do here, and I just haven't made the time to do it. So I'm still operating on the old job site Cobalt table saw. As you can see, I use it when I need it. It works, still not broke. I want a upgraded table saw, but it's just not in the budget right now, and not really high on the priority list, seeing that I have the CNC and I still operate with a track saw as well. So that is pretty much the shop tour in a nutshell. There are a lot of small little changes, but I don't know if you guys really just want to stand here and listen to all of the little small tools that I've picked up over the years. So this is the grand scheme shop tour, the major changes, and like I say, I told you some of the changes that I want to do in the near future. But I appreciate you guys stopping in to watch this video, and maybe you'll continue to follow me over the years and see the changes that are to come into the NolanBuilt shop. So if you haven't already, like this video, subscribe, and comment down below any questions you have on the shop, on the tour, on tools, on what I see this shop being in the future, and anything you can think of. So later, guys.